Hello, my name is Patty, and today the pups are 6 weeks old. Actually, they'll be 6 weeks old on Monday. So they're enjoying their first really beautiful summer day. They still like to stay beneath my chair outside, but in the meantime, this gives me an opportunity to say something rather difficult, which is that we lost North Star Missy, our smallest pup, who was a failure to thrive pup. And I stayed up many a night making sure there was room at the table for her. At first she nursed, never as vigorously as these 4 pups, but she nursed. Then she didn't nurse, and then we took her to the animal hospital. They did an ultrasound, and it was abnormal kidneys. Nature can be cruel and capricious, and this is what happened this time. But nature's also benevolent, and I've been thinking that what I want to tell the children that listen to me and look at the puppies, that sometimes puppies do die. And it's very, very sad, and it makes me sad, and it makes you sad. And I think we should recognize that together. And then we can think about how loved Missy was. We can remember that she started to play. And we can remember the night I came down the stairs and the 4 of these puppies formed like a perfect house of puppy wall, and she was in the middle. Pups this age actually have a lot of empathy. So I think that's the way it is in life, is that real life has challenges, and we all face them, some more obvious than others, some invisible, which is nonetheless impacting of our life and deserves to be recognized. If there is no panacea medication, then we have to focus on therapy, on behavioral approaches, ABA. We need to do what works, and animal-assisted therapy works. I welcome more studies to fine-tune what part of the animal-assisted therapy is important to the child. Because I'd like to submit that it's not just the dog. These dogs, oh Dana, get these guys. They're so cute. These guys are very peaceful. A lot of pups, 6, 7 weeks of age, they're fighting. These guys are mellow, steady Eddie pups. They have everything they need, including a 5-generation pedigree. There is such a thing as canine behavioral genetics in its infancy, so we'll nurture this concept that maybe breeding specifically for this work is a way to help children rather than using rescues for this work, although it might save money and it might sound politically correct. I don't think save a dog and save a child at the same time is a good policy moving forward, because it's all about numbers, and if there's 1 child bitten in 100, that's 1 child too many. So we need to start with the best pedigree in terms of tolerance, which is in the genes. Hand-pick the dogs from the litter for a child that has been accepted into the program, because not all children are good candidates for this work. If a child is rough to a dog because they are angry, lashing out at the pup, we cannot make a placement with a child like that, but we love that child and we want them to move forward, perhaps with animal-assisted therapy, 1 closely supervised hour at a time. In order for this child to learn something, they need to learn about small creatures. So at every, you can hear that barking, that's their mom, Molly. She's very anxious because the pups are up here without her, so we'll bring Molly into the picture. All right. So life is good, and when it's not, we stick together and we move on. And what North Star is meant to be is that place in the sky that will be unmoving even when the rest of the world feels like it's caving in. That's very scary, and it's especially scary for a child, and we have to remember that in times of stress and emotional turmoil, that children don't have our resources and understanding. Nor do the dogs. So if you're very, very upset, they want to calm you. So sometimes part of this is letting them. My children call me the Queen of Metaphor, and so here's a metaphor for what I'm trying to say. I write about this in Golden Bridge, how on my property I have a lot of bittersweet up that tree, and the bittersweet arches its way toward the house, and that's my bedroom window there where I write all my posts, and you can see the bittersweet. That's where it's moving.